we cover them over the year, obviously, in several different ways. Speech making is one of those. That's that ability to present your message, to engage your audience, and they do a variety. So we had 4 speeches, one about themselves, one about a famous sportsman, one about a famous New Zealander, and then a choice of their own. And we often build up in the class a lot of those skills before they do that. So we've had minute speaking and learning to speak about topics and what can we say. So looking at size, shape, number, all of those things that you can talk about to do with a topic so that they are well prepared, hopefully. So remember, we're going to give feedback, so we need to be listening carefully.
Hello, my name is Otis and I'm doing a speech on ex-heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali. Ali is a former American boxer. He has won 56 fights and lost only 5. He has knocked out 37 opponents. He got sent to jail for not joining the US Army and fighting in Vietnam. He was stripped of his titles. Ali didn't fight for around 4 years. He regained his titles 7 years after he lost them. Early on, policeman Joe E. Martin coached Ali boxing. They met when someone stole Muhammad's bike. He was 12. Ali made his professional debut on October 29th, 1960, winning against Tony Hansaka. He won the heavyweight championship in 1964, 1974 and 1978. Muhammad Ali is an amazing fighter. He is one of the best boxers ever. Thanks for listening to my speech.
Well done. You want to sit down, or are you quite happy standing? Right, we're going to go through and have a look at those things that we're going to score on. The opening statement. What do we think about that? A 4 or 5? 4.5? And why?
Clear and brief and introducing the topic well.
Clear, brief, introduce topic. Well done.
I reckon it was really well. 4.5.
Oh.
Because?
The 273rd three-pointer on April 15th. Thank you for listening to my speech about Stephen Curry. I hope you like it.
Well done. Thank you very much. Excellent. Good work. A lot of different evaluations, self, peer and teacher. So when kids are speaking and self-evaluating or evaluating each other, there can be times when comments come up that would seem hurtful or would seem negative, and that is dealt with usually quite firmly by a teacher. And also the other kids will not put up with it. They will say something and they will support that person, because we talk a lot about how we work as a group and how we're all here to teach and learn from each other. It happens a little bit, but not very often, and certainly it doesn't last very long. I like the way you kind of varied your voice and you give pauses when people have to think about what you've said or something. I like that. Varied to allow response. Clear vocals. How was that? The clarity. Can you understand what he says? He doesn't mumble. Was it clear to hear? Yeah?
4.5? Yeah, 4.5.
She already wrote 5.
I'm going to put a 5.
Yes.
I'll leave it as a 5 because I think it was very clear. He speaks very well. He's very easy to understand. Eye contact and audience involvement.
Good.
I need more than a good. That does not help us, Josh. How is he going to grow from you saying good?
He was just like glancing at his paper, and then he could memorise his speech and keep looking at people.
So rather than holding it up and reading, he was able to sort of keep an eye on the audience, and you felt part of it.
4 or 3.5 because...
I reckon a 4.5 because he did look at it quite...
Hand it over.
Like people could just do...
Bring in the numbers.
Do you know what it takes to grow a chicken nugget? I'm actually a reasonable expert on the matter. I have one at home. Well, actually, I have her at home. She's alive, has 2 legs and 2 wings, and races around our coop like a mad thing. You've probably realised I'm not talking about the normal KFC chicken nugget, or even those ones you can buy frozen at the New World and then cook them up at home. No, this one is quite different. My nugget was no bigger than my palm when she was given to me. She was the colour of a chicken nugget, and actually about the same size. Well, a slightly large one anyway. We fed her tiny bits of bread, and as she got bigger, we switched to ground-up chook pellets and the occasional small worm I hunted in the veggie garden. And man, she grew fast. Really fast. When it got a bit warmer and she was heaps bigger, it was time to shift her outside. Mum was really over her being an inside pet. We fenced off a small corner of the chicken coop and put a tiny nesting box in there so she could settle in and learn about big chook life, but not get attacked. After a few days, we made a tiny hole in the netting so she could get out and cruise around with the big chooks, but then hoon back into her small pen if they were mean. They were too big to fit through the hole. It's pretty weird to think back now about how tiny Nugget was, now that she's full grown and laying eggs for us every day. That little bundle of fluff is now earning her keep. A pretty good outcome, really. Well, that is until she gets too old to lay eggs. I suspect I might need to fight for her right to live then. Thank you for listening to my story.
Right there. Well done. Okay, anyone got any comments that are going to be helpful about the speech? There were some really good things going on there. Hayley?
All of it was very interesting and exciting, the way she said everything and explained it.
I agree. Anyone else? Anise?
Is the ending statement, she used to whisper it?
Okay, yeah, at the end, where she whispered a little bit. I've got some good notes here. I like the way you had humour in there. Did anyone hear that? That humour and the variety?
Puns.
What was that?
Those good puns.
Yeah. Scarlett?
I liked how it was like her own personal experience rather than like when she just found on the internet.
Of something else. It's her own, yeah. Hayley?
I also thought she had very good expression in the way of explaining it to make it very interesting.
I agree. I really agree. Well done. That was actually really awesome. They learn to present an idea clearly and logically. They learn to organise their ideas in a way that they can present them clearly to other people. It is also about the confidence to speak in front of people, because our children start from 5 at assembly speaking in front of groups as well. So there are times when they will be speaking into larger groups. Year 6 is a tribe leaders. So again, they will be speaking in front of their tribe group and explaining things there. So it's a really big part of life, and we think it's just important that as a skill that they would learn that. So.